Hi everyone, today is 21st of April 2020. My name is Ovais. It's 10:30 right now in Bhopal where I am, and I'm still at my aunt's house, which is where I've been since the lockdown began. So while we are all worried about this pandemic, and we are all under lockdown, and we are all anxious and worried and so on and so forth, and of course we are trying our very best to follow the instructions that have been given to us by our governments, but what remains an incontrovertible fact is that we are humans, we are social people, we are prone to anxiety, we keep worrying. So, yeah, that we are doing. Of course, many of us are falling ill, some of us are also dying. I don't know whether I'll be alive a week from now to continue this series that I am calling PCL Rant. Post COVID-19 life. So this is PCL Rant 01. What I will try to do is to try and look into the crystal ball and try and figure out what the future is going to bring us. A lot of the people whom I used to lecture them day in and day out, they are possibly missing my lectures or just being nice and telling me that, look, think about things and post them, so that at least our mind can get off this whole anxiety thing and this whole mentality which the TV news is promoting. It's as if there's going to be no tomorrow. So let's get back to the tomorrow. Let's start creating it, right? So this is where we're going to be. Another cousin called me up and he said, look, we need beauty in life. And the way you used to bring beauty in our life is through the poetry of Ghalib. So, do it. Let's get off this damn rigmarole, this worry, this anxiety, whether we are going to be alive a week from now or not. Okay. I believe that we will be around. Yeah. So, what bothers us so much? What bothers us so much is, in a lockdown, it's like we are just waiting for something to happen and nothing is happening. It's like we are not dying. As in the ones who continue living, like I'm not dead in the last 1 month, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. My whole life is on a hold. I don't know whether I'm going to hold the people I love in my embrace before I die. I don't know that. And I hate that. So, I'm going to transport myself into that world when I'll be able to do that again. To be able to hold the people I love in my embrace. So let's look at what life is going to be like once we get there. Okay? So now, let me get to Ghalib. Ghalib, also being human and being a very observant human, would have found that many times, in many crisis times, time doesn't seem to move at all, and we feel like, what's going to happen? Nothing is happening. So he says, रात दिन गर्दिश में हैं 7 आसमां. साथ ही है ना? हाँ. रात दिन गर्दिश में हैं 7 आसमां. So 7 heavens, asman, sky, heaven. So the belief, the poetic belief in his times used to be that there are 7 heavens one after another, and they rotate around the earth, and they are what make things happen. It's also what Jyotishis tell us, right? It's the heavens, is the stars that move which make things happen. Of course, we from the scientific perspective don't believe that, because we have no evidence of that. But this is art. So, Raat din gardish mein hai saat asma. Day and night, 7 heavens are circumambulating or rotating or whatever. So, रात दिन गर्दिश में है 7 आसमां, हो रहेगा कुछ न कुछ, घबराएं क्या? Why be anxious? Something or the other will happen. Either I'll be dead the next week or I won't be. So why worry about it? If I'm going to be dead, I'm going to be dead. If I'm not going to be dead and I'm going to continue my life, I'm going to do that. Big deal. Now, whether I'm going to be dead or not, it's my job to make sure that I follow all the instructions given by the government and the health officials. If they ask me to wash my hands that many times, I have to wash my hands that many times. If they ask me not to touch my face, I have to make sure I don't touch my face. That's about it. Whatever else we can figure out, we'll do. Whatever we can't figure out, we won't do. So that's it. Why worry about it? Things will happen as they will. We just have to stop worrying. Period. So that's what Ghalib says. Very timely, very right. So now, looking into the crystal ball, what's going to happen? I mean, are we going to live in a lockdown forever? Are we going to be doing social distancing forever? Am I not ever going to hold the people I love in my embrace? No. We are humans. We won't live such lives. We will not. We are doing it right now because right now that's what seems to be the best option. We are doing that because our governments assure us that that's the only option that we have available. So we are doing it. Someday the governments themselves will get tired, or the virus will get tired or mutate or become adapted to human beings, or we'll find a vaccine, or we'll find some drug protocols, some medicines, and things will become better. Everyone today is just doing one thing. Everyone that matters is doing only one thing, trying to figure out what this virus is all about. And I am 100% sure that this virus will not be able to stand the unified might of the human species, which is itself the worst virus this earth has ever seen. So yeah, we're going to beat it. We are going to beat it because, face it, we are the worst bitches this earth has seen. We're going to beat it. No doubts about it. Yeah, maybe I personally won't be there. But so what? Newton is not here today. Einstein is not here today. But their impact is still with us. We are still standing on their shoulders. We are still sleeping on the beds they prepared for us. Yeah. They are ours. They've done it for us. And we are doing it for our future generations, whether or not they'll be carrying the specific genes that I am carrying. So, yeah. So let's move on. Let's move on with life. Part of that, I think, part of living a future happy life is, of course, you must have love in your life. You must have happiness in your life. You must have compassion in your life. You must have social connection in your life. Those things, yeah, those are required. Other than those, what else should be there? beauty has to be there, right? And the beauty can be of a person, of an object, of nature, of a million types. So love has to be there, beauty has to be there. What else has to be there? Truth has to be there. Truth. Truth means the true understanding of reality. Understanding reality as it is, not as we want it to be, not as we have been told that it is, not what we mistakenly believe it is. So, how do we understand that reality? Understanding that reality is a moving target. We have to keep improving that understanding, layer after layer after layer after layer. We have to keep uncovering that reality as if we have an interminable onion in our hands. We just keep peeling it, layer after layer after layer after layer after layer. That's how we get closer and closer and closer and closer and closer to the truth. We never actually arrive at it. We never will arrive at it. Because face it, all the knowledge that we have of reality is a mind-mediated knowledge. It is not absolute knowledge. We can only know the picture, the image, the reality which our mind, our collective mind tells us. What it is different from what our mind tells us. For me, this is green, or whatever, some sort of a green, right? For you also, it is green. And I don't know, for me, this is pink. For you also, this is some kind of a pink. Now, pink and green are not two different things. They are a part of the same electromagnetic spectrum which runs like we don't know from where to where. We think we know, but we can't be sure whether that's about it. Because face it, we can't even be sure that there are no more dimensions than the dimensions that we see, right? We are not sure even of that. So we can't be sure of that. Just hang on a sec. So we cannot be sure of what all there can be in electromagnetic radiation spectrum. We know some things. We do know that part of it is visible to our eyes. That whole thing is a continuum, not two different things, right? These are not two different things. It's just a continuum. They look like two different things because our mind requires those to be two different things. Why does it require them to be two different things? Because that increases our fitness to live and to help our genes live. For all we know, as it has already been said by Richard Dawkins, that we are probably just the receptacles, just the vehicles for our genes. It's the genes which want to be immortal. We are not immortal. So that requires us to be able to divide things in different categories and function accordingly. That's why these two colors are different colors for us. So what I'm trying to say is that different categories exist because they help us live. In reality, in truth, they are not different categories. Whatever they are not different categories. This is not green and that is not pink. They are not. So we still need to get closer and closer and closer to the truth, because that makes us fitter and fitter and fitter in the race for survival. So we got to do that. We got to get closer and closer and closer to truth. So what we need is love, beauty, and knowledge about the truth to get closer and closer and closer to the truth. And what helps us do that? Scientific literacy. Knowledge about science. What is science? Science is basically just a method which ensures that we don't fool ourselves. We don't fool ourselves and go on a wrong path, think that something is some explanation is a true explanation of something, and keep on going in that direction. Science helps us in correcting our paths to come back to what is more likely to be the true explanation. As an example, last year we didn't get a lot of rain, so religious communities, as is their wont, they thought that if they'll ask their gods, then it'll start raining. So everyone started asking their gods. So Muslims, for example, did a prayer, a big congregational prayer, and as it happened, it started raining while they were praying. So they said, yeah, see, prayer has so much power. It started raining. Hindus said, some of the Hindus, they said that, look, we have to do some kind of a yagna. So what kind was decided by some priest? He said, let's do a yagna and marry a frog to another frog or something like that. So they did that and it started raining. And they also believed that they are on the true path. Now, anyone who sits back and thinks, he can or she can figure out that the rain actually did not happen because of that reason. Actually the funny thing is, then it rained a lot, and so after that the same people who got the frogs married, they actually got them divorced, and the people who said that it rained because we prayed, they started praying that the rain should stop. So for them, that is evidence enough that what they believe is true. But the thing is, if you actually are scientifically literate, you'll find that one happenstance does not a rule make. It's You can't say that this happened because this once it rained while we were praying, or while we were getting a frog married to another one. In fact, what you'll find that you see one swan and it's white, and second swan which is white, and third swan which is white, and fourth swan which is white, and you conclude that the rule is swans are white. But then 535th swan that you see might actually be black, or 5 millionth swan might be black. That breaks your rules, and science tells you, yes, you have to accept that. Either modify your laws and rules to include that phenomena, or junk that explanation and make a new explanation, find a new explanation. That's what is science. So, in order to be successful as a society, as a people, we definitely need these three things: love, beauty, truth, which can be arrived at only through scientific literacy. So I think, gazing into the crystal ball, these three things, they will continue to be extremely important for anyone who wants to be successful in post-COVID-19 life, to have with him or her love, beauty, scientific attitude. Thanks. More later. Bye.